Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon. Welcome to your weekly forecast. So what's going to be happening this coming week? And so today is Sunday, April 7th, but that's okay because this can be for really any time that you guys happen to run across this video. It is timeless. We will be focusing on some of the eclipse energy that's going to be coming in tomorrow, April 8th, but just take everything that resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. The eclipse is nothing to be freaked out or scared of. It's just that you could feel pretty intense at this time. Maybe anything that needs to drop out of your life, they call it eclipsing it out, could come up for you. So it's a great time to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, journaling, meditating, praying, however you guys connect with that cozy side of yourself. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and just use two decks here today, which I'll put down below, as well as this beautiful Organite created by Michelle from Bells, Wing, and Bell. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. We're going to take a look and see what is the main theme for growth and development for the week, okay? So what are some things that are highlighted for this particular powerful week? Let's look at this. Themes for growth and development for the week. Maybe tied to the eclipse. Oh, I love this. Garden energy, 15. So I'm going to relate some of these numbers back to tarot. 15 in the tarot deck is the devil. All right, we do have that sword. This is about cutting something out, you guys. Garden. So it says something lovely will grow from this. So this means that if there's anything that you feel right now, it's very intensely coming up for you, there's a reason, because it's giving you an opportunity, like I said, to eclipse it out of your life, to take that sword and cut it away. It's kind of like when you go into a garden, a bush, a plant, anything, you've got to prune it. You know, you've got to clip away some of the dead so that way the new can come about and it's not dragging the plant or the energy down. So that's what I'm getting here, you guys, is that you do need to tend to your garden. There needs to be something. If you want your garden to flourish, you're going to have to cut ties with something. The devil, of course, is all about addictions, fear, feeling chained or tied to something, codependent on something. So it's not like, oh, just give it up. You know, if it was that easy, you probably would have done it already. But I feel like it's Spirit's way of saying it's time to let this tower fall, because that would be the next card in the tarot. It's 16. Let the tower fall. You will see the good in this after the dust clears, after the dust settles. You'll see that this was for the best. So we are being given this opportunity that there is something new that's going to flourish in your garden, but something old must be given up, must be closed out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some tarot cards here that are connected to this cycle of whatever is eclipsing out. That's really going to help your garden to grow and develop and flourish. We have justice, okay? It says, stick to your truth and everything will turn out just fine. So justice energy is Libra's energy. So that's obviously, it's a major arcana. I feel like it could be a karmic cycle that's coming to a close. It's also about the sword of justice. I mean, look at it. That looks like the same exact sword here. It's like, you know that it's time. You have enough information. You have enough facts to know that it's like it's time to be logical. Libra is air energy, and air is about using your rational thinking, right? Put your thinking cap on, like Judge Judy says, you know, put the thinking cap. Oh no, she says, put on your listening ears. Yeah, but I don't know. I just got, put your thinking cap on, and your thinking cap, you know that something is happening for a reason. Logically, you can look at the situation and you can make this decision for sure. Okay, you have everything that you need in front of you to make this decision. It's just taking the action to cut it out and to be done with something. So I feel like that's going to be up to every different viewer out there what that means for you, but you are going to make a very big decision, and this decision to cut something out or let something go or close out this cycle is really going to affect you in a positive and beautiful way moving forward, especially with what the new stuff that shows up into your life or into your garden, okay? We have the Nine of Swords, damn. All right, so there's something about swords, you guys. Yeah. Basically, these swords I feel like something has been hanging over you for quite some time. This says we all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes. Sure. There is something that has perhaps been worrying you for a very long time. The time on that clock says 3 a.m. So that could be significant. You wake up at 3 a.m., you can't sleep, you have insomnia, you wake up from a nightmare, you're tired of this recurring nightmare and anxiety. It's your own worst fears or your own worst thoughts at this point that are actually creating more havoc than what's really going on here. So Spirit says that it's time. We also have 9/11. 9/11. That's like emergency 911. It's trying to get your attention. Spirit is trying to get your attention. How many more sleepless nights are you going to experience because of a situation or person or whatever? How much more of your precious time and energy and thoughts are you going to give to this situation? Spirit saying it is time. It is time to let something go. I don't know what it is for everybody. It's going to be different for everybody. It could be somebody that ended up hurting you, somebody that you've been waiting for the scales of justice. You've been waiting for justice in a situation. And it may be that, you know, that saying, and we always say it all the time, drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It's just not working out. It's just not working out. Putting all your time and energy into making sure that the scales of justice are balanced. It's kind of like, you're not the judge or the jury anymore of the situation. You got to give it back. You got to give it to Spirit, and you got to let go. You got to find a way to move on with your life. So I don't know what that is, but I just feel like this is something huge that we're letting go of this week. Okay. And we're going to actually grow, and we're going to develop, and we're going to experience prosperity when we cut this out. So I don't know how many swords need to show up to tell us that we need to cut something out this particular week of the eclipse. Let's eclipse that bitch of an energy out of our lives once and for all. Give it to God. Give it to the universe. Give it to your higher power. That's what you're being asked to do. Okay? So I hope that makes sense for somebody out there, but that's what we have so far. So now we're going to take a look and see is what triggers and shadows are presenting themselves for clearing and healing purposes. Well, it looked like it already showed up, but let's go ahead and get a few more details here. All right, what triggers and shadows are presenting themselves for clearing and healing purposes? Oh my gosh, another sword. Not all of these cards have swords, you guys, so that means something. Princess, you can be your own knight. It's time for you to save yourself. That's what I just got. You're the magician of your world. Number 1 in tarot is the magician. Magician is also ruled by Mercury. Mercury is our thoughts, communication. So we can be our own knight. We can save ourselves. If we've been waiting for a knight in shining armor or somebody to come in and make it all better, what Spirit is saying is we have to stop doing that, okay? Because it doesn't mean that people can't make you feel great in this life and people can't fulfill you. But when you're looking at someone to save you, to make you happy, but yet we can't really do that for ourselves, we're just going to end up in a crappy situation later on. We gotta learn how to save ourselves. We have to learn to be our own best friend. We have to learn to really value that relationship that we have with ourselves. And then that can be matched in the form of another person in our physical lives. So that's what Spirit is saying to really work on, okay? So a trigger or shadow that's presenting itself this week to you for clearing and healing purposes, you may feel like it's not fair. I get that. I've used that phrase many times, and it's so funny because when I say it, Mr. Moon, it's one of his triggers. He can't stand that phrase. It's not fair, okay? There's lots of shit in life that's not fair. And I guarantee you there's things that I don't feel that are fair in my life, but somebody's had it worse, and you're just like, whoa. Everybody has a right to feel the way that they feel about their own pain, but sometimes when you look at what other people have gone through, you're like, damn, I can't believe I've just been, holding on to this or complaining about this. Like that person had it way worse. There's always somebody in life that has it way worse than you. Okay. And sometimes that can be very sobering and very humbling when we see that it could be worse. So that might be a way to kind of cope with this. If you're feeling like it's not fair that somebody just gets to kind of move on with their life scot-free, unfazed. There's I'm not even going to share what it is. But yeah, there's definitely someone that's going to be a part of my life, unfortunately, connected through my marriage, that it's bullshit and it's not fair. I feel that this person who has just created hell on earth for a lot of people, just kind of continues to it seems that they're doing just fine. Yeah, I think that, shit should really fall down for this person, but that's not up to me, and I could waste all of my time and energy focusing on that. Or I can save my own self and save my own peace of mind and choose to focus on the happiness instead of giving them all of that power, right? So the point is, we might have a lot of hate. We might have a lot of feelings towards something. We might feel like something isn't fair. But at the end of the day, we have to figure out what is worth it. Is it worth our peace of mind? Again, are we drinking poison and expecting the other person to die? They ain't dying. They're still living. So let's stop. Let's stop doing that. It's not working anyways. So let's just choose to be happy and choose to find peace and choose to move forward as best as we possibly can. And just maybe have faith that Spirit eventually, hopefully, is going to take care of things. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else. I love this. The Ace of Pentacles. It says, wow, what an abundant opportunity. Oh, yeah. So that's the thing, is if we're focused, if our headspace is here, we're worried about all this crap, we're not going to have energy to tend to this garden and plant these new seeds that are being given to us from the divine. This is a hand straight from the divine that says, here you go. I have the solution for you. The solution is to no longer dwell on this because this ain't helping. It is to dwell on this, which you plant into the ground and beautiful things come about, right? Focus on the things you can control. You cannot control the laws of the universe. We can try as hard as we want to. Some people can try to do certain things, and of course, they're probably incarcerated for that, but I'm sure that's not the way people want to really go. So my point is that focus on what you can control, okay? That's what Spirit's trying to tell us. So as triggered as you are, as pissed off as you are, as pissed off as I am, because it's bullshit, let's focus here instead, okay? Oh, I love this Queen of Cups. Because again, at the end of the day, you're the one that has to sit with your feelings. And I love it. It says Sea Witch. Oh, I love it. The Sea Witch. Yeah. So the waters, the nice, serene, tranquil blue waters of the sea, right? The salty air of the sea, the salt that cleanses, the waves, the cycles, it goes out, it comes back, the flow, the natural cycles and rhythms of the moon and all this other stuff, So for me, there's a huge ocean. To me, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Now, obviously, we're going to have people in our lives where they do stick out. We're never going to be able to forget them. But there's always something out there for everyone, you guys. There's an opportunity for everyone. I'm not saying they're exactly the same because, it's a fact. They're not going to be exactly the same. But it's all with what we do with these experiences and these opportunities that are given to us, okay? So Spirit is giving us an opportunity to look out into the horizon and search for something new instead of focusing on that pond of fish where it just got murky and it just didn't go well. So whatever that is to someone out there, Spirit's saying, take your pentacle and throw it, to cast your line into another pond, cast your line into another lake or another sea, and see how that works out for you. Because the Sea Witch is somebody, she's going to manifest something new. Queen of Cups is connected to Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon, so very intuitive, very emotional, very deep, very sensitive, very empathic. So what I'm getting here, you guys, is that you are probably a very sensitive empath. So you have to be careful with how you're processing your emotions. You can be your own worst enemy, and Spirit's giving you some sort of tools in order to do something different so that way you can feel better, you can feel cleansed, you can experience some sort of relief here. There is a way. Where there's a will, there is a way for you. So save yourself and be your own knight. Instead of waiting for life to show up, go out and get it, is what I'm getting here from Spirit. So we might be very triggered by this statement. We might be pissed off. No, it's not fair. Yes, we can stay in that energy, absolutely. But Spirit's saying you ain't going to get anywhere in that attitude. So it's up to you whenever you want to release that, okay? All right, now let's look into the deep past and how it may still be holding you back. Ooh, this is kind of repetitive, but let's go deeper. Raindrops. Ooh, take a chance on them. Okay. That's the way love goes by Janet Jackson. Okay, I can't remember the lyrics of that song, but that makes sense to me. That's just the way life goes. That's the way love goes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Sometimes you take a chance on people and it pays off, and other times you are flat broke in the end, okay? Sometimes we are heartbroken. And that goes with anything and anyone in life. That goes with anything where we expect that there's going to, it's not like we're looking for a payoff, but we expect that, hey, somebody's on the same page as us. It feels really good. We have a connection. And then you're just like, wow, I don't know what happened, but this person is not who I thought that they were. Or wow, they were just pulling my leg. Or maybe they just have grown apart and we just aren't on the same page. Things happen, life happens. And so the deep past and how it may still be holding you back. It may be that we're still pissed at ourselves that we didn't listen to our intuition, or pissed at ourselves that we took a chance on them. Guess what, you guys? We can't take it back. It was meant to be. You were meant to experience this. And even though it was painful, and even though it may have brought a lot of tears to your eyes, these tears are also cleansing. It cleansed you. It helped to purify you in order to get you to the next phase. So this is telling us here that it can continue to rain and be really dreary and depressing in our lives, or we can let the rain wash all this crap away, like the eclipse. Let it wash it away and purify us for a new day. Okay? So that I can see clearly now the rain is gone. There it is. Yep. We have the Five of Pentacles. Some of you guys may have been shut out and left out in the cold. It says nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. And I just feel like that. You guys have been shut out in the cold, the elements, left out in the rain, left out in the snow. Not literally. I mean, it could be literal for some of you guys, but it's just that feeling. You have been left out in the cold. You have maybe just been closed out or outcast or something in some situation. Could have been you guys may have been unfairly fired or just fired, misjudged by family members, friends, just rejected in some way, shut out. Maybe somebody just stopped talking to you and they didn't give you an explanation. That's always a difficult one. It's just like, oh, we just wish that people could communicate. And sometimes it doesn't happen. And you just have to kind of get through that on your own, which does suck sometimes, So there's that. Yeah, look at that. 10 of Pentacles. What's interesting is that the 10 of Pentacles usually to me looks like a very happy card. And of course, I mean, she's got all those cats around her. That's like my heaven right there. Okay. But she just looked very happy. So I kind of feel that whatever happened here, you guys have just kind of had to accept the circumstances. You found a way to pick yourself up and move on, but you're not necessarily happy. You're not happy. You wish that it would have been with this person, because we have two people that are together here, and then we have these two people that are just doing their own thing. They're just alone. So it may be that your deep past and how it might still be holding you back. You might still be missing this person. You might still wish that they could have come with you. But again, that wishful thinking isn't necessarily going to get you anywhere. There's got to be this point where we finally just are ready to let this go, ready to close up this chapter and just focus on what we do have. Because this girl, she's got all of these cats around her, but yet she's got her arms crossed. She's not petting any of them. She's not even paying attention to them. So be blessed with what you have. Count your blessings. If you can't be with the one that you love, honey, love the one you're with. That's what I'm getting here too. So it's about making the best of a situation in your life. I just saw this movie with Joaquin Phoenix, Gwyneth Paltrow, and somebody else. It was like a independent type of a film. I think it was called Two Lovers. And I think it was on Hulu or Netflix. I'm not sure. But I just put it on and watched it. Definitely like a slower film. It's not like a major, film or whatever. But the guy gets just totally caught up with these two gals. And one of them, this gal's so sweet. His family loves her, tied to the family business, all this other stuff. But, he's just kind of into her, but she's really great for him. And then you got Gwyneth Paltrow. She's just totally unavailable, and she's all caught up in this affair with this married man. And in the end, it's like they're going to run away together, her and Joaquin Phoenix, and she just totally lets him down, and he's just absolutely heartbroken. But at the end of the film, I guess I'm ruining it for you guys, he ends up choosing the girl, and he just and some of you guys might be like, wow, like that's really messed up. But he just decides that he hasn't allowed himself to just let someone love him and let someone in and love somebody that's really good for him. So he just finally succumbs to that and decides he's just going to be grateful for what he has. So I feel like that makes sense maybe for where some of you guys could continue to hold on to someone or something that's somebody who's abandoning you, or somebody that's not able to actually love you in the way that you need them to love you. But it is about giving yourself a chance in your present and your future, by realizing that some people just are never going to be able to love you the way that you need them to. And the best place that you can start, remember you guys, is to start with yourself. Be your own knight, right? Be your own knight in shining armor. And that energy may very well be matched to you. So it's time to let some unavailable person or a person that deeply wounded you go is what I'm seeing, because I feel like Spirit is giving you an opportunity for something new in the future. So let's take a look at outside influences. Are you being helped or challenged this coming week? Let's look. Okay. This is cool because it's literally what just came up. Nostalgia, focus on the here and now. So you are being helped this week, I feel. It might not feel that way. It might feel like it's kind of a blessing in disguise, kind of bittersweet. You may really think about the past, but I feel like you guys perhaps will talk to someone like a friend or a family member where you can kind of talk about what you have right now and just kind of focus on the friendships and the connections that you have right now in the here and now. Remember, focus on the people that you're with right now. That's the best thing that you can possibly do. So that will be helpful to you instead of going down memory lane. And it's not that you can't go down memory lane. You can. It just depends on where you're at with it. If you're at a place where you can't move forward, that you're constantly clinging to an idea of the past and it's affecting your present life, and you can't give anybody new a chance, you can't get out of bed, it's really toxic, it's obsessive, that's a problem. That's what I'm talking about, okay? You can look back on old situations. I do all the time, and I learn a lot. I learn a lot by doing that, which is what a lot of my readings focus on, is like taking a trip down memory lane and then seeing how we can grow and learn from it, right? Or how people are really experiencing things. So for me, this is basically saying, focus on the relationships that you have right now as a source of, that will be very helpful to you, okay? Get together with a friend, make that have a coffee date with a friend, get together and do something with a friend. This will be very helpful to be with someone this week. That's what I'm getting here with this. Get together with someone. King of Wands, Leo's energy. Share your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. Yeah, this is about connecting. This is about putting your energy out there, putting something out there. And so I feel like you are being asked this week, when it comes to your outside world and the people that are in your life, to reach out to somebody this week. Yeah, for sure. Share some ideas, maybe make some plans for the future. Make a plan to maybe start some kind of creative project. This will really help you to focus on building something new, is what I'm seeing here. We have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, because if you don't do it, because it says stop overthinking it and just do it. There might be something, you guys, where you keep going round and round. It's like this endless loop, and you're trying to find the loophole out of the energy, and you can't. Spirit is basically saying maybe in order to break up this energy or break up this cycle or find a loophole out of a stuck situation, get some advice from a friend, talk something out with a friend. This will give you a new perspective. So this will be helpful this week. Another person or other people will be helpful to you this week, but you just got to seek it out, make it happen, and let them in and have the conversation, because trying to figure something out on your own, I feel, is not going to work. You need some sort of assistance or help or advice this week from a trusted friend or family member. I love that. That was very specific. What does Spirit want you to shift your focus onto this week for inner peace and happiness? Wow, guys, I just can't make this up at all. Tree, let them go. So it may be that you guys use fire this week for especially the eclipse. Maybe you do some kind of fire ritual and you let something go. You write something down, you burn it, you let it go. It's a step that you're taking, a physical step. You're doing something physical to let this person go. Okay, for sure. And 18 is the moon, and I feel like, you know, this is a solar eclipse, obviously, but this to me is basically saying that it's this planetary just cycle that things are aligned right now in order for this to happen. Whatever we're repressing, whatever we fear, it's time to face this and let this go. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is Virgo's energy. It says slowly but surely you're going places. So don't expect like to immediately, because I've done rituals before where I'm just like, oh yeah, like I let it go and I feel really good, and then the energy comes back. And then you start to say, well, gosh, maybe that didn't work. Maybe I needed to do it again. Sometimes it's a process, okay? So do this ritual I'm seeing here for the solar eclipse. And don't expect that you're going to immediately feel refreshed and great and good. Take it step by step. Enjoy well, I don't want to say enjoy, but just go through the process. Maybe journal, write what you're feeling every single day. And eventually you're going to see that it's going to get easier and easier and easier, you know, and you may have to do things several times in order to let this go. But this is about being dedicated to letting something go instead of continuously, you know, rehashing it. Yep, look at that. Damn. Spirit is just telling us how it's going to be. This is the Death card, Scorpio. Tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. Yeah, it's time to take that broom and it's time to sweep out the energy. So this could be an energy clearing in your home as well. You could be do some sort of sage, some sort of sound cleansing, actual spring cleaning I'm getting as well. Whatever this is, you're making room for the new energy here. Okay, you're letting the air flow through your house, carrying out the old stagnant energy. But yeah, death and transformation, this is what Spirit wants you to focus on, is ending a major cycle, so that way you guys can experience a rebirth. So some sort of a death and rebirth is kind of in the making right now. Okay. All right, last message. Where will these next steps eventually lead? So after this eclipse, where are things headed next? Or just whatever's happening this week. Ooh, we have start a revolution. That's awesome. Okay. So to me, this is obviously you're getting together with someone. You're making some sort of a difference. It may be that you decide to join a group. You decide to connect with like-minded individuals and you work together. It's not actually indicating that you're going out and you're protesting. Even that could speak to you though. But I feel like you're connecting with other people of like mind that share the same headspace as you, the same belief system, the same values, and you're able to work together to make a difference. It's kind of like two heads are better than one. You're building something together. So you guys might decide to shift gears, and instead of focusing on this past situation, focus on something that you can build and grow together to become stronger. That's very cool. So you're headed towards building some sort of castle, building some sort of an empire. Oh my gosh, yes, look, the Three of Pentacles, you guys. What's the saying? Teamwork makes the spell work? Oh my gosh. I feel like you guys are headed towards working with other people, hanging out with new groups of friends, being involved in some sort of community, maybe doing something different for work, maybe starting your own business, running a support group, something. But it's definitely this two heads are better than one thing, and you're connecting with community, like-minded individuals. And then we have the Star. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Have faith that healing is in the forecast. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's Aquarius energy. So the Star, of course, is about the stars lining up for you, spiritual guidance, spiritual protection, having faith, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, knowing that everything that you've gone through for a reason. There's really magic in everything. Even if it feels negative, it's still life-changing. It is about seeing the silver lining in everything, you know? Everything really is a blessing at the end of the day. Sometimes it's hard to connect with that energy, but that is what Spirit is telling me to tell you, is that it is time for you to see something as a blessing instead of seeing it as a curse. It has actually helped you to get to where you're going next, and it's helped you to become who you are today, which is a stronger version of you. So the stars are aligning for you. I feel like you guys are off in you guys are moving towards something great. You're raising your vibration with the Star. You're building something. You're going higher. Yeah, you're going higher than you were before. And you're raising your standards, you're raising your vibration, you're raising your awareness, you're expanding, you're growing, you're ascending. So this is very, very positive, you guys. But there's something about other people that are involved with this too. And maybe you're going to, in a way, you know, plug into your purpose and your mission, and that could be connected to being a way shower or an influencer or an inspiration to other people, helping them get through what you've already gone through, you see? So you definitely headed to something great. So anyways, you guys, I hope that those messages were helpful to you this week, and thank you guys so much for choosing to watch this reading, and happy eclipse to you guys. All right, take care. Bye-bye. My squeaky chair.